Okay, we're back with another episode of High Raid Edison. Today we have Leo Barker on 1147 rating versus Edel 48 on 879 rating. So Leo quite deep into the top 100, but Edel sat just outside the top 200, but not too far from it. But they're playing something cool, so we're going to take a look. Opening hands are D-Prison, Spy, Commandant, Descendant and Commandant. So this looks like Gravekeepers, but we'll see which variation it is. Is it the cat version? Is it the pure version? Or, is it the Flamvel version that we've seen running around as well? So let's find out. Pot of Avarice, Reckless, Salvage, Swap Frog, Dupe Frog, Salvage. So this looks like Frog combo. Forgs, let's see it. So they're going to start with Swap Frog, Pitch, Dupe Frog, to special summon, dump Substitute, and then salvage both of those back. Yep, going to Substitute, bounce back the Swap Frog, normal summon the Dupe Frog as the extra normal summon, and they're going to do Substitute things, Swap Frog dump, Swap Frog dump, more dumps, so Death Frog and Flip Flop, then bring out Dupe. Then they're going to set the Reckless and pass. Draw for turn is compulsory. I think you'd be reading Pot of Avarice after all that, but let's see how they operate it here. So they're going to discard the Commandant. They're going to grab the Necro Valley. Yeah, this is going to help. This is going to really help them out here. And they're going to set the Spy, the D-Prison, and the Compulse and pass. Draw for turn is Gauze. They're going to Reckless. Oh, they pick up the MST, which is nice. So MST and Dandelion. Yes, they've got lines for Unifrog probably if they've not gotten rid of it yet. Yeah, they've got lines for Unifrog and they've got MST to deal with this back row. So they're going to Substitute. Yeah, bring out the Unifrog. Unifrog going to try and get in. That's going to get met with a D-Prison. That is going to leave them open to an MST on the Necro Valley though. Yeah, which is good. Now they can Pot of Avarice. Okay, they're going to go through some more frogs first, setting up the double dupe, and then going to Pot of Avarice. Putting back the Flip Flop, the dupe, Des, the swap, and the swap. Pick up his Fishborg and Trunade. Yeah, nice. Very nice. Yep, they're going to Substitute, bring out the Flip Flop, salvage. Okay, I'm not going to salvage. Okay. Pick up a turn there is Gravekeeper's Steel, which is pretty cool. If you've not read this card before, target 2 Gravekeeper monsters in your graveyard, add those targets to your hand. This effect cannot be negated by the effect of Necro Valley. So pretty cool. Commandant is going to search the other Necro Valley now. They're going to play it, they're going to flip the Spy, they're going to bring out the Guard. This is nice. Then they're going to bring out the Descendant. Descendant can get rid of one of the dupes. Adding the Swap Frog back now. Going to get rid of the other dupe. Adding the Treeborn Frog, and then they can attack into the Flip Flop. Yep, which they're perfectly fine with. So yeah, they're on turn 1 of Reckless Greed. They're going to bring out the Treeborn. They're going to Trunade back everything. They're going to summon out the Swap. Pitch the. I'm going to special summon out the Swap. It looked like. With the discarding of the Fishborg. They're going to salvage back the Substitute and the Substitute. Normal summon the Substitute. Treeborn for Des. Swap Frog for Des. Yeah, pitch, bring out the fish, but this one's over, right? Gonna bring out Goyo. Yeah, pitch for Fishborg. Bring out Gaia. Pitch for Fishborg. Trade for Des. Trade for Swap Frog. And yeah, that's enough for game, right? 20, 36. Yeah, 50. Yeah, it's enough for game. Cool. Nice. Okay. Yeah, really cool to see Leo go off there. This Fishborg Frog deck is so scary. Okay. Gravekeeper's going to get to go first this time. So opening hands are Treeborn, Breaker, Mirror Force, Swap Frog, Dupe Frog, Descendant, Commandant, D-Prison, MST, Deck Devi, nice, and Gravekeeper's Assailant. Yeah, Deck Devi works really well in this deck. I think I covered this before when we talked about Gravekeepers, but because Necro Valley gets them all to around about 2k or more, like this is just almost always live if you see in Necro Valley. And it is starting to look like pure. We talked about it at the start what version, what variant of it is this, but it does look like pure. So they're going to pitch the commandant, going to add the Necro Valley. Going to Necro Valley, summon out the assailant, set the deck Devi. Yeah, I guess that's all you need to do. Okay, going to deck Devi in standby. Going to hit 3. Yeah, I don't know if you deck Devi in standby or if you wait, because you could also take the normal summon out. So for example, if the normal summon is like Swap Frog, Dump Treeborn or whatever, but then you've taken them off having Breaker, and this deck side's 3 Breaker almost always. So yeah, that feels like the wrong time to deck Devi, but yeah, I think you hold it against Forg specifically. I think you hold it and you see what the normal summon is, because the Breaker could also go for this, and you've let them summon the Treeborn, which is a bit rough. So Breaker going to get in for 19, and then going to get rid of the Necro Valley. Yeah, that converts so badly. Set the Raigeki break, set the Mirror Force and pass. Draw for turn is Oppression. Going to start with the Descendant. Yeah, going to get met with Mirror Force, and it's a big uphill battle from here. Draw for turn is Deprison. Going to attack him with the Breaker now, and that's going to get met with a Deprison. Set the Deprison and pass. Draw for turn is Needle Sealing. Yeah, bit unfortunate. Unifrog's pitched. I think this is the last turn they're under deck Devi. Yep. Got rid of the Raigeki break with the MST. Set the Spy. Set the TT. Okay, going to flip the Spy. Spy, bring out Descendant. Yeah, I think you wait and see if they prio here, and then you just TT them. Okay. Yeah, I guess if they go for the other one, you want to kind of hold it. Pick up a turn is Heavy Storm, sorry. Pick up a turn is Starlight Road. Okay. I'm going to try and get in with the Descendant now. Yeah. I think that's good. I think you set this Starlight. Yeah, I think that's a really good play into this. Fossil Diner. Yeah, if it's flipped, if they manage to summon to try and TT you. Yeah, you've got the Starlight Road now. And you might even later have a way to try and proc your own Starlight Road. Pick up a turn is Salvage. They're just going to pass. Pick up a turn is Royal Oppression. Going to flip the Diner. Yeah. Yeah. Works out. You can't summon the Stardust, but you can negate the effect. 12 and 15. And actually, okay. Apart from the draw of Braincon, I was going to say you might just have it here. Okay, they're going to Heavy Storm, get rid of both the back rows. They're going to Salvage, bring back Swap Frog, Dupe Frog. Yeah, set the dupe and pass. Draw for turn is Assailant. Assailant coming out now. Yeah, they can Descendant that Assailant, get it off the board. Now they can get him for some damage. Yeah, setting in main phase 1 is always a bit weird as well. I'm going to pass over now. Oh, Caius Braincon. They're under the requirement for Braincon now though, so they can't use it, but they do still have Treeborn. Okay. Swap Frog coming out now, dumping Treeborn. Oh yeah, you can't Treeborn, sorry, under Fossil Diner. I'm being an idiot. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. They can set the flip flop. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, play the flip flop, set the flip flop. Gonna try and get into it with the Fossil Diner. Yeah, they're gonna bounce the Descendant back to hand so they can survive. Set the TT and pass. Draw for turn is a Breaker. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna force them to Torrential here. And they're past. Yeah, I was gonna say they're past standby, so they can't Treeborn Caius you. Yeah. Wow. That looked that after the what we think was a minor misplay at the start of that game. I can't believe they pulled that back. Okay, going into game number 3 now. Leo is going to get to start, but we got game 3 on our hands, which is cool to see with Gravekeepers versus one of the best decks in the format. So opening hands are Solemn, Descendant, Needle Sealing, Deck Devi, and Deprison. Okay, quite defensive hand. Treeborn, Gauze, Substitute, Pot, Salvage, and Treeborn. I will also say I really like Needle Sealing here. It's a really good card to have in this matchup. Okay, just going to start with set the tree ball now and pass. Draw for turn is a spy. Going to set the spy. Yeah, set all the back row. May as well. Pass it back. Draw for turn is a unifrog. Going to substitute. Substitute, get rid of tree ball and summon swap. Swap, dump, sub. Bounce back. Yeah. And then special summon the swap frog by pitching the treeborn. Dump the substitute. Substitute, dump swap, swap. Dupe, dupe. Bring out dupe. And Pot of Avarice back. The dupe frog. The dupe frog. The swap frog. The swap frog. The swap frog. Okay. Yeah, we could have guessed. Draws for turn there are Caius and dupe frog. Substitute for the flip flop. Yep. And normal summon out the Unifrog with the extra normal. Unifrog's going to try and get in. That's going to get the D-Prison. They're going to flip the flip-flop frog down. And they're going to pass. Draw for turn is a Fossil Diner. Jeez. Okay, there's a way that you out this board and stick a Fossil Diner, right? I think so, because you just flip this, you summon one... another Descendant, you use the Descendant to pop this, get rid of this, attack him with the Descendant, have it bounce back, and then just normal summon the Fossil Diner. Let's see it. Yeah, so Spy for Descendant. Descendant use the effect, get rid of the dupe frog. That's going to add the swap frog. Oh, they've done it too early. They know this is a flip-flop frog. They've summoned too early. So Fossil Diner's going to go in. That's going to get bounced back. Yeah. And then they didn't attack him with the Descendant, which we actually can see is the right play. Yeah, I think you attack him with the Descendant, you bounce, you let it get bounced back, then you try and stick the Fossil Diner, and basically just hope your back row carry you from there, because right now your opponent's on special summoning, and they're pretty loaded up. Okay, so Treeborn Frog coming out now. Salvage going to bring back the double subs. Yeah, Substitute coming out. Yep. Dump swap. Bring out dupe. Swap frog. Pitch Death Frog. Bounce back. Normal summon the dupe and pass. Okay, double dupe looks good. Is good. They're going to say... Okay, they're going to play the Necro Valley. Yeah. Going to play the Necro Valley and then deck Devi. Very nice. Very nice. And they're going to get to see that this is Caius Gauze, meaning they are going to know that Fossil Diner should be their priority now. Okay, Swap Frog and Flip Flop Frog. Caius Gauze, yeah, okay, yeah. So Fossil Diner coming down now. That's going to get in for 12. They're going to pass. Draw is Fishborg, so they're going to have to discard it. Yeah, nothing they can do here apart from set. They're going to set the Swap Frog and pass. Yeah, pick up for turn is compulsed there. They're going to try and get in with the Fossil Diner. And they're going to set the compulse and pass. I think I'd be getting in with the Descendant as well. This is 2k under Necro Valley. Yeah, I think I'd be trying to get in with this as well. Yeah, let's see how they play it out. So pick up for turn is 1 for 1. Okay, they're going to set the flip flop and pass. Yeah, they're just going to get into that with Fossil Diner, and that's going to get bounced back. Main 2. Oh, actually, yeah, sorry, I'm being an idiot. Yeah, they were worried that it was the flip flop frog, and they didn't want a normal summon, so they could keep the Diner stuck on board. Yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah, Edel, apologies. You were definitely playing correctly. Okay, they're going to normal summon out the Fossil Diner again and pass. Draw for turn, Caius, last one they'll see. Okay, draw for turn, Lightning Vortex. I mean, now's your time. So yeah, going to try and stick the Descendant. Going to get in with both. Yeah, pass. Draw for turn is a Pot of Avarice. Jeez, yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean... You've got Solemn, but do you really want to Solemn that? Okay, pass. Draw for turn is Oppression. Oh, it's not live. It's not live because of Necro Valley. I'm not that familiar with the Gravekeepers matchup. So, apologies. But yeah, it's not live. And even if it was, they've got the Solemn for it. Pick up for turn is Royal Oppression now. They've just set the 1 for 1 as a bluff. Going to continue to get in now. Gonna put him on 400 life. This is close. This is close. Gonna set the royal oppression. Oh, pick up his TT and they're just gonna scoop it. Yep. Yep. Yeah, there's no way you play into TT, and even if they did, they've got the Starlight. They can compulse one back and summon it. You know, they've got Solemn it. They've got loads of options. Wow, what a game. Okay. I mean, so yeah, so what's happening in this game is that basically Necro Valley is locking down the deck and Fossil Diner is stopping special summons. Or locking down the graveyard, sorry, and Fossil Diner stopping special summons. Yeah, it's really oppressive. Gravekeeper do have access to some of the best floodgates and some of the best cards in the format, I guess. You know, Royal Tribute, you know, take out your opponent's hand is really good. Necro Valley works really well in this format. Fossil Diner, yeah, Frog Combo isn't going to be able to do a whole lot. Yeah, and I just think they didn't, you know, their breakers are probably still in here somewhere, if they even, you know, kept them in. Sometimes, you know, if you're going first, you'll just side into like some like removal cards like Caius, and you'll just try and keep your combo deck as you know, straight as it was for game one. So yeah, Gravekeeper's getting it done. Wow, that's a huge win for Edel as well, versus a top 100 player. They've gone up, you know, significantly on the back of that, and yeah, I think they'll be feeling pretty happy with that. Leo, a bit unfortunate, you know. It's a tough deck for you to walk into. This Frog combo deck is almost directly countered by the Gravekeeper deck now that we kind of see that it's Deck Devi, Necro Valley, Fossil Diner. You know, any combo of those cards is gonna probably be enough to put you away. So yeah, really good to see Gravekeepers performing so well at the top tables. They look like absolute slogs of matches that you really had to, you know, play out of your mind to win here. So I don't know if Gravekeepers is the vibe. I think it's still Rogue, but this matchup specifically made it look very competitive.